So you saw a Facebook post saying you can build a house for only 1,500,000 pesos. But is it true? Well, in this video, we'll break down the cost per square meter for 2025 and compare it with other data sources to see how accurate it is. And since it's such a popular topic, we're also going to give you some ballpark figures for houses and lots, townhouses, as well as commercial buildings. So watch until the end. But before that, let me ask you a question. Are you planning to build your dream home this year? If so, did you already have an estimate of how much it will cost? Leave a comment below with your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you. Now, cost per square meter, or cost per square foot, is the average construction cost divided by the total floor area. So it comes out in terms of currency per square meter, or per square foot. It's usually used as a quick or easy method of comparing budgets between projects. However, remember that cost per square meter isn't necessarily a precise figure. It's just an average, because it varies depending on the location, the type of materials used, the contractor you hire, and the complexity of the project. If you're new here, welcome to our channel, where we make informative videos about construction, real estate development, and home renovation to help you make better decisions. So if you like this kind of content, please hit the like button and subscribe to get notified when we upload new videos. Also, we have a lot more information in our website, so go ahead and browse around after watching this video. Let's talk about how much it costs to build a house per square meter. But before that, check out our free ebook on the top 25 mistakes. When building a house in the Philippines, you'll find it super helpful if you're planning to build soon. Based on our research, here's the latest ballpark data for cost per square meter in 2025. For low-cost housing, it is 13,000 to 16,000 pesos per square meter. For mid-range homes, it is 17,000 to 22,000 pesos per square meter, and for high-end homes, it is 23,000 to 30,000 pesos per square meter and above. Now, these prices vary according to factors such as inflation, imported materials, and local wages. According to data from the Philippine Statistics Authority, the current inflation rate in the country is at 8.7% as of January 2023. Imported materials and products tend to rise alongside global inflation rates and exchange rates against the US dollar. Because of this, expect the cost per square meter to be higher compared to previous years. Let us talk about the different factors that affect the cost per square meter of a house, and how they can increase or decrease the overall budget. 1. Location. This is probably one of the biggest factors that affects the cost per square meter. Building a house in Metro Manila is definitely more expensive than building in the province. In fact, the cost per square meter in Metro Manila is typically around 25 to 35% higher than in the province. And it's not just because of higher labor costs, but also because land prices are more expensive. 2. Foundation depth. If you plan to build a house with a deep foundation, then the cost per square meter will be higher because of additional expenses such as labor, materials, and equipment. In areas where there's a need for piles, expect the cost per square meter to be higher than areas where only strip footings are needed. 3. Roof type. The complexity of your roof design affects the cost per square meter. If you want a simple roof design, a gable or a hip roof is recommended because they are less complicated to construct and require fewer materials. However, if you want a more aesthetic roof such as a gambrel roof, then the cost per square meter will be higher. 4. Finish level. One factor that greatly influences the cost per square meter is the level of finish. This means whether you'll finish the house as bare minimum or fully furnished. If you choose to build a bare house, then the cost per square meter will be lower. On the other hand, if you opt for a fully finished house, including built-in cabinets, fixtures, and appliances, then the cost per square meter will be higher. 5. Labor cost trends. Labor costs have been on a steady increase over the past few years, due to higher minimum wages and demand for skilled workers. This trend is expected to continue in 2025. So if you're planning to build a house this year, it's best to factor in higher labor costs when estimating the cost per square meter. 6. Structural design. The structural design of the house is another factor that affects the cost per square meter. Building a two-story house is not necessarily double the cost of a single-story house. However, there are instances wherein it may cost more, such as when there's a need for stairs, additional beams and columns, and more complex roofing. It all depends on your structural engineer's design. In the comments section below, tell us which factor do you think has the most significant impact on the cost per square meter. We're looking forward to reading your insights. Now, based on the factors we mentioned, how can you properly use the cost per square meter? As we briefly mentioned earlier, it's best to use cost per square meter for ballparking, not for detailed budgeting. Once you have finalized the design of your future home, always move to a BOQ-based estimate. What is a BOQ estimate? BOQ stands for Bill of Quantities. This is a document used in construction that lists down all the items needed for the project, along with their quantities, unit cost, and totals. By creating a BOQ, you can easily compare bids from contractors and ensure transparency in pricing. It's a great tool for both homeowners and contractors. Many people still use the cost per square meter method because it's easier to calculate. Using the cost per square meter allows you to quickly estimate the budget for your future home by simply multiplying the cost per square meter by the total floor area. For example, if you're replanning to build a 2-story house with a total floor area of 150 square meters, and you want to build a mid-range house costing 18,000 pesos per square meter, then the estimated cost would be 18,000 asterisk 150 equals 2,700,000 pesos. However, we advise against solely relying on this method. Instead, once you have a finalized design for your future home, prepare a BOQ and request at least 3 estimates from reputable contractors. Compare the bids and choose the contractor who offers the best value for your money. The bottom line is, don't rely on hearsay. Consult with professionals, do your research, and make informed decisions when planning your construction project. If you found this video helpful, share it with friends and family who might benefit from it. Also, do you not forget to download our free 2025 cost per square meter guide for a more in-depth look at this topic. We cover everything you need to know about cost per square meter in this guide, including how to accurately calculate it and how to use it effectively. Speaking of free guides, we also have a couple of free ebooks that you might find useful. The first one is Top 25 Mistakes When Building a House in the Philippines. It covers common mistakes that many homeowners make during the construction of their house. By avoiding these mistakes, you can save time, money, and headaches throughout your construction project. Click the link below to download your free copy. Our second free ebook is a step-by-step guide on how to build a house in the Philippines. It covers everything from planning and designing your house to getting the necessary permits and hiring the right people to build it. It's perfect for anyone who wants to build a house in the Philippines but doesn't know where to start. Click the link below to download your free copy. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. You can also click this button to watch our next video.